What's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 1997 Saturn SL1. Up front is a 1.9-liter inline-4, and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Saturn SL1 for two reasons. First of all, it's a Saturn. I like driving Saturns. Driven a lot of Saturns here on the channel. This is another one. But the second reason is the fact that if you have eyeballs, you probably caught on to the fact that this has been painted in chalkboard paint. And so the owner is gracious enough to let people draw and color on his car. This is a very odd vehicle. It's almost a moving art piece, and we're gonna get into a lot of specifics. So if you're looking for what the original Saturn SL was like, I have other videos that would answer that question. This is more of an expression. This is more of an art piece, and we're going to talk a lot about that here in a little bit. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. But let's get back to that 1.9-liter under the hood. Well, that is the standard engine that came here in the SL series. It is the SL1, so it's the single cam 1.9-liter. However, you could get an SL2, which then had the dual cam 1.9-liter. Honestly, they're both fine engines. These were bespoke engines for the Saturn brand, developed for the Saturn brand, only found in Saturns of the 90s, and so this obviously has that. Like I said, paired to a 5-speed manual transmission, honestly, feels great. Really nice shifter throw, feels definitely more Japanese than American. A lot of American cars of the era have very stiff, unforgiving shifters. They all wanted to feel like a Camaro or a Firebird, and that just isn't necessary in small cars like this. But this, it's fun. It's fun. You rode through the gears. It's not too serious. It doesn't, beg for your lunch money, but it definitely enhances the driving experience. I'd highly recommend trying to find a manual SL if you can, if you're looking for one. Just makes it a little bit better. Last but not least about the drivetrain, of course, it is front-wheel drive. How does it feel to drive the Chalkboard SL1? Well, for starters, I got a couple of stars in my vision. At first, I thought I was concussed and seeing things, but no. The owner has put star stickers across the windshield. They are dangerous and inconvenient, but I sure do love some stars. But besides that, as I mentioned, the shifter's great. Throwing a gear is wonderful. All of it together. It's a nice sort of Honda Civic-y experience, which we didn't really get from a lot of American brands. It's definitely economy-based. This does have an Evil Energy muffler at the back, which does sound decent and a little bit better than stock for sure. But the driving experience isn't really the crown jewel of this particular SL. The SL2s were a lot more fun to drive. This is about looking cool, and we'll talk about that here in a second. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have the factory 4 gauges. So fuel to the left, speedometer and tachometer in the center, coolant temperature off to the right. I can't imagine the engine loves being under a hood that's matte black in the summertime, so I'm keeping an eye on those temps. Nothing on the steering wheel besides the horn buttons and the airbag, which this horn does work. But the owner has also installed a Dixie horn that is a little bit tired. Why not? Off to the left, we do have our interior light settings, as well as a climate vent. And moving out of the door, we have the latch to get in and out and crank for the window. Moving into the center, 2 climate control vents. We get our rear defrost. We get our Saturn radio with a cassette player. Climate controls down below, fan speed up at the top. Temperature down below. It does have AC, although it does not work. So I might be a light golden brown by the end of this video because it is toasty, toasty, toasty. We do have a 12-volt outlet and some type of cup holders that very clearly and immediately fail the big friggin' bottle test. The shifter in the center, what has now become a coin holder, handbrake, and more cup holders that also fail the big friggin' bottle test. The seats are cloth. The owner has swapped in a complete SL2 interior. So The interior has more features and nicer materials in here than this car would have originally come with. This car originally had a tan interior. Tyler swapped out everything, which was a job and a half, in order to make this a black interior from an SL2. So something to note there. The seats are comfortable, they work well, and no complaints. However, speaking of seats, let's go do a quick backseat review. All right, so taking a look in the back of the Chalkboard Saturn, as I mentioned, the owner swapped out a black interior, so you get that here. Not a whole ton of space for me. Obviously, the owner has a bunch of road trip stuff. He drove this from North Carolina here to Indiana for the Saturn National Show, so nothing too crazy. We can also, pop the trunk open, and of course, more road trip stuff. There is his can of chalk that will be used throughout the show, and I'll show some shots of that later on. But there you go. That is the trunk space of the SL1. But let's talk about the exterior with the chalkboard paint, because that's obviously probably why you clicked on the video. And now we have to talk about the looks. That's obviously the main talking point of this car, and it's really gonna be my final thoughts too. So let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the Chalkboard Saturn SL1? Well, I love this car. I love driving it. You know, the manual transmission is great. The 1.9 liter is buzzy enough and fun enough. The standard Saturn stuff is still great, wonderful, and I love it. But this specific car, the owner Tyler has taken it upon himself to paint it top to bottom in chalkboard paint, meaning you could write on chalk on it. It works like a regular chalkboard you would see in your classroom as a kid before the smart boards took over. And so I'll show some footage here of it being written on and changed and tatted up, and I love it. I love this as an expression of yourself. Tyler is able to use this car as an expression. And honestly, not only does it look this way, but it operates the same way as a tattoo. This is his way of showing the world what he's all about, what he likes, what he doesn't like. And the coolest thing is that it brings community together. I am here in Indiana for the Saturn Nationals, a big gathering of Saturn automobiles, enthusiasts keeping a dead brand alive. And so now, Tyler gets to have the joy of sharing this car with people. Attendees at the show got to leave their mark on something. And I think that's what this sort of leads to, is just leaving some type of impression on the world, knowing that you made a mark, you made a dent. There's something to prove that you were on this pebble. And this car allows you to do that. Does it matter that this is a Saturn? No, not really. This could be a spray-painted LS430. It could be a spray-painted Buick Enclave. The point still remains is sharing that community and allowing other people to express themselves through art, express themselves through odd cars. There's a very particular kind of person that comes to these Saturn meetups, and it's people without egos. It's people that don't turn their nose up when someone says, "Ooh, can I sit in it?" They're very down to earth. They're very friendly. They're very lovely, lovely people because they have realistic ideas of what they're driving, owning, and collecting. Everybody here knows that their Saturn is worth about 2 Slurpees and a hot dog. That's the going worth of these cars, but they're worth more than that to us. They're worth more than that to the owners. And I just think it's so cool when you can draw people in to a hobby or interest. There's smiles, laughing, and giggling. This car doesn't take itself seriously at all. It knows that it's absurd. It knows that it's weird. But that's kind of the whole point. Let your freak flag fly. This car is the ferry to the Misfit Island, but I don't know if I've seen a more joyous set of toys. Because it's easy to buy a Honda Civic, lower it, put an exhaust on it, and drive it around. You're not special, you're not unique, nothing is that cool or interesting about what you did. But to find an unloved car, paint it in an absurd color that makes it incredibly hot, and drive around with a bucket of chalk in your trunk, that's something fun. That's something special, and that's a memory that people are gonna carry with them. No one's gonna remember the boomer board that you got printed out for your C4 Corvette citing the original horsepower. But people are gonna remember, hey, remember that car show where we got to write on the car? I got to sign my signature on an automobile? That's a special memory, And that's the memories that Tyler is making here in his Saturn SL1. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Tyler for letting me borrow his SL1 for today's video. He has a Instagram page. I'll leave it in the description down below. Please go check him out, Saturn Spotter. If you're into Saturns, you probably know about this car. And so please go connect. Say you watched the video. It helps out a lot. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.